But anyway, so ESPN put out a story, and the reason I bring this up, I have this belief that you don't need to be a mobile quarterback. It's a nice thing, and I'm okay. Like, I'm not mad at you if you can run. I don't avoid, but out of my list of criteria, it's probably like fifth or sixth. But there's a story about the NFL and the running quarterback and the proliferation of the running quarterback. And so I'm reading this, and it's the average, and it throws out an interesting statistic about the average amount of yards per completion, the average amount of yards per run, and the average amount of yards per scramble. And the most effective of those plays is not a completed pass, and it's not a running back run, it's a scramble. The average amount of yards on a quarterback scramble is greater than the average amount of yards on the average completed pass in the NFL. So, the premise is the scramble, like just basically winging it, quarterback takes off, the most effective play in the NFL. And you have to be good at the other things to make the scramble even a threat, right? Because you're guarding against other things, and then the scramble becomes the best available option. And so I'm reading about this, and I read something that blew my mind. I did not know this. And in the world of what goes around comes around, and now that there's a running quarterback, in 1976, Lou Holtz took over the New York Jets. You know what kind of offense he installed?
Did he go with a wishbone?
He went with the option. He was running an option offense in the NFL. Do you ever see a day, now that we have basically licensed quarterbacks to run more, that some team says, F it, we're putting the option in, and that they run it regularly? Because I think every once in a while, a team will break it out. But could you imagine a team that wants to run the option?
As an offense, no.
Yep.
As a play, once a game or once every few games, when you see it, I love it because it harkens back to college football of yesteryear, and it was a lot of fun to watch that stuff. But it doesn't work in the NFL because teams are too quick. Defenses are too sophisticated. They're not going to fall for the banana in the tailpipe trick. And when you do see it and it works, it's awesome. And now it's almost used like it's misdirection. It's like fake the reverse, pitch it, and that's the option. Or it's, I guess you might see it more often if you have somebody like Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. But it just got me kind of like thinking about, and Lou Holtz went 3-11 and was off to, I think he went to Minnesota. I think he just had success at NC State, but it just got me thinking about a team regularly running the option, which I think every once in a while breaks itself out. Whenever it does in the NFL, like people go, whoa, run an old school option. But, so I'm going to finish this and I'm going to think about my whole running quarterback philosophy. I just think it's kind of an overrated trait.
Well, I don't know if it's overrated necessarily. Well, I guess I would say I agree. It's a little overrated, but I think having a mobile quarterback, which is different than having a running quarterback, I think having the mobility to maneuver through the pocket to buy yourself more time, that is not overrated. I think that might even be underrated, because that separates, that allows you to buy that extra time, and to the point of offense better than defense, giving wide receivers a little bit more time to get open, they'll get open.
Well, the ability to keep your head downfield, move around in the pocket, and not tuck the ball under. Like to be able to, because when quarterbacks tuck it, it's over usually. But if you can keep the ball ready to throw, pull the trigger at any time while you're moving around in the pocket and watching your receivers, and not everybody can do that. And that to me that's not predicated on speed either. It's a lot of smarts. It's knowing where the rush is coming from. You got to be brave as hell. But anyway, it's got me thinking.